Hey, good morning again.
Morning.
Just knocked out the 20. We did 20 minutes of like pretty much straight squats, and then some lunges. So it was all lower part of the body, and a little bit of core. So that was good. Woke me up, and then trying to get back upstairs was difficult. And then I did 20 minutes of prayer, and the wife did as well. And then we read the book. We're on what, chapter 10 now or 11?
We're in chapter 10 now.
Chapter 10. So we're going a little bit slow, but we're meditating on the messages that are being done and what I guess what you could call like the guru, the billionaire, going through this process, right? The entrepreneur and the artist. But nonetheless, what some of the things that I just wanted to mention today is we were focusing on granularity, okay? Being granular, getting down to the small details, nitpicking, and that's what can separate you from that next level, that A-class style. And I always thought, having OCD or being a perfectionist was a negative thing, and it can be, don't get me wrong, it can be overboard. But finding that balance and understanding the details that go along with it. He utilizes an analogy of a pit crew and how every individual is operating at their highest potential, right? You got these guys cleaning the window. They do it pristinely, right? Just they execute it very well. Guy topping off the oil, the gas, everything else, changing the tires. And then afterwards, they clean up every sand, every little rock or debris that could be in that pit because they don't want any possibility of that grain getting inside some sort of the engine compartment or something and causing a win or potentially causing a life. So I think that, it strips down. It's like, is your team, think about your team at your workplace. Think about your center. Is your team working on a granular level? Is everyone executing at their highest potential? And what can we do to lift them up? Not we personally, but leaders in your workplace. What can your leaders do to identify those areas of improvement and push them to that granular level? To look deeper than just that surface. Yes, we might be able to get that checkbox, but are we establishing the longevity of excellence, right? Or are we just trying to get the mission done? Because after all of this is done and the mission is complete, are we just going to move on to the next task? So I just want to zone in on that really and think about what are you doing to improve or become a master, right? Mastery of your skill, mastery of your craft. That's what he's talking about, guys, is going down to that granular level. And it all starts with waking up in the morning, owning that morning, elevating your life, and really capitalizing on these things and how you improve your life throughout that time. That's a big chunk of what we read today. A lot of what I took from it. I'm going to go over to my wife and ask her, what do you think?
No, I think that was like the thing that spoke to me the most as well. Just being so nitpicky.
Yeah.
A few years back, I worked at a job where I had to look at forms. And
look at forms?
Yeah. And just make sure that they had all the information and that everything was correct. And there was a particular order that it had to be done. And I would get so much trouble from individuals because I'd send them back and say, hey, this isn't right, or you forgot to do this, or you forgot to do that. And they're like, why? Like, it's done. As long as it's done, that's what matters.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it needs to be done right. So I know I got a lot of trouble for that.
Because you were trying to be a master. Yeah.
Because I was trying to make sure that the forms were done properly.
Yeah.
And people don't want to do things right anymore, or they don't have time to do things right.
Yeah.
But if you do things right at first, you only have to do them once. You don't have to later go back and or suffer the consequences of, like the individual said, if there's one loose screw in that vehicle, it could cost a life. It could cost them a lot of money. So I think for those individuals who believe are OCD, maybe it's not really OCD. Maybe they're just truly detail oriented and they need to continue to be detail oriented, and keep pushing regardless of what other people say.
Yeah. Now, if you truly are like OCD and like you got to wash your hands 50 times because you don't think they're clean, or you got to shut and lock the door 50 times because you don't think you locked it, or
Well, I mean,
that's
a
a compulsive disorder. But
yes. But
I
a
think
lot of
you're
people use
perfectionist,
OCD
for
as
perfectionist,
perfectionist, yeah.
Agreed. Something that he brought up is just like not only just focusing on your skills, right, your mastery, but then starting to identify and appreciate other people who have mastery. He said his simple tea, right? He would sit down and have a cup of tea, and it was cut with a lemon, and the teapot was pristine. It was the china and crystal and this and that and all of the stuff, and the lemon itself was cut to a mastery, and the seeds were picked out from it. I mean, he would identify mastery in things in his life. And he mentioned about scrolling on Facebook or scrolling on social media and just looking at our phones or buying things online and really losing ourselves. We're no longer focusing on mastering our skills throughout the time. So if you're looking to master your skills, you're looking to be a master of your life, guys, join us again. Tomorrow we're going to kick it off again. We're going to keep doing this for the 60 days challenge. It's just simply waking up early, knocking out that power hour, and really just owning your morning, guys. I'm telling you, yes, I look tired. I'm always going to look tired. That's just the way I look. But nonetheless, it's been rewarding. So, guys, thank you again for the support, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.